Hello everybody, welcome back. So I've been super busy working on the channel, brainstorming future ideas, and building an Etsy platform as well actually. But while doing this, I had a realization. My Beaver profile is it's so adorable as a mascot. But then it hit me, we don't have a physical mascot. We don't have nothing in person to even represent. And I mean, we have 3 printers. This should be easy peasy to just create one. But there's a catch. Well, I can do mechanical prints, you can see all beside me all my little artwork and all my mechanical and, physical projects. I am terrible at humans or animals. That is just, my brain can't comprehend it. So I reached out to a friend who's getting into 3D design, and I thought, this could be perfect. But turns out he's not ready for contract work, even though he is really good, and I still salute him, and I really hope it still works out, and he nails it. So I hopped it over to Fiverr then, and found a guy who specializes in making models for 3D printers. So I went and paid him, and fingers crossed, and we waited our several days. I got the email. I was so happy. So I downloaded the file immediately and printed out a mini version of the Beaver. And let me tell you, he is adorable, but there's always a catch. I noticed a few issues. First, the bottom wasn't flat. And it actually amazed me the Bambu printer actually finished the print and didn't fail, because it was only printing on like less than a quarter contact pad. Just phenomenal. But there were also a few other little issues, like the arms were too straight out, meaning it would have caused weird drooping issues without supports. The tail also was way too thin, and it would have been really fragile even with printing its supports. The hair and the chin, come on brain, whiskers were also a little too thin. So I went and jumped into Blender, and I went and modeled the arms a bit better, so now he's a nice curved armpits. That's the word, my brain's for some reason not wanting to think. So that now that when the printer does all the layering, it should be way better, and now I don't need support. So the other bits I also did with the tail, so now it's got a nice curvature up. I probably will thicken this a little bit more in the future prints of this guy. Same with the hair. I went and just thickened up and gave it a bit more of a thicker base and curved it out more, just to really help solidify it. Even my little whiskers, a bit the same. Just trying to really solidify it, but he's still just so adorable. So now the real question: how big can I go? And based on the title and thumbnail, you already know where this is heading. My new fancy Bambu printer back there advertises a print size of 256 by 256 by 256 millimeters, or key volume of this. But here's the thing, it's not entirely right or accurate. You see, if you don't modify the printer and remove the filament cutter, the real max size of the printer is 250 by 250 by 250. These are big mouthful words. It's a bit of a sneaky move though for Bambu for advertising, because it kind of sucks. You have to modify your printer to max it out, We're talking about a little bit of volume difference, so I'm not entirely like rah, but it happens. So now that we have all this, we have our curiosity set. Let's take it over to the slicer. Here it is. So this is set right now to, I don't think it's set to this guy's size, but set to the others, because I have like an army now of these guys. It's really hilarious. Every time someone sees the army, they're laughing, going, "You have an army of beavers." It's just amazing. So let's grab this guy, and really, my play would just be this. Even though we know this is our height, do 250, and there we go. That was really, boom, that's it. And then my biggest play for this guy especially is I put tree support on, so that when we slice it, it's putting a tree under the Mr. Floppy disk to give it a nice support structure. Everything else worked really nice. There's some weird artifact that can happen here a bit. Haven't seen too much behind the thighs. A little bit there I do know I sometimes see, but little things like that. But it was pretty perfect, and every little miniature we did was great. So what we're going to be printing out of is this rep wrapper bronze. I don't want to open it. This filament, you actually think in the later clip you will see, it gave me a little bit of issues sadly, but I have it here. I'm actually curious to use it with the AMS, as a little bit of a time warp happened, as the second part of this video was filmed, oh man, what, 3-4 months ago? I'll put a thing, you can see how far back this project has been. And it's not due to issues, it's due to my neglect and being super busy, as I wanted to announce this project with my Etsy platform and I'm trying to build this world with creations, maybe videos. I want to do teaching, I want to do more education because I'm very teachy and explainy, you know. I actually really enjoy trying to help and explain stuff to people. So this project was sadly supposed to be with the start of the Etsy. Etsy's been active now for a month. I've been just so occupied with life. But I also got these beautiful business cards created. Beautiful QR code, a beautiful landscape. I hand created, designed this entire thing with the help of my friends and family who nitpicked me on every little detail so it would be perfect. And that is all that matters, right? Learning. And I'm so happy. So every order we get, we'll get an awesome business card with it because I love it. So yeah, that means behind the scene, just like every murder mystery, he has been alive the entire time, and he is wearing my dog's tiara. I think that's what you call it. So yeah, he's been active this entire time behind me, this entire part of the start. I've really enjoyed it. I've loved it. He's basically sat behind every stream, so it's not even me like revealing, it's like, oh, big thing, because he's been behind me this entire streams. But yeah, I am really happy, and really, before we get to the second part, let's say this. If this video gets a lot of traction and noise for my scale of where I'm at, and you guys really want it, I will take this gold filament I have, and we'll print another beaver. So we'll have a bronze, a gold, and then maybe we'll have to make a silver one, so we have a trio of huge beavers. Huh? What do you think? Does this guy deserve another little brother? I don't know, we'll see. So, that wraps up the first part of this video. Let's go see it print in action and what old me had to say while looking at it and giving it a little bit of a sand and seeing if we can polish up even that bronze look. Anyways, enjoy. Okay, everybody, so we have the print finish. It's just coming off there now, and wow, it looks so cool. So let's grab it real quick, and there we have it. And if I go to this guy real quick, here is our huge beaver.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
And it is, oh buddy, how? So if I pull all the way back to there, so it's a little off the screen. He is just shy of, he's probably just around, what do you guys get on your screen? 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so he's just about 10 inches. If you look at him, he looks awesome. So let's pop him off. Okay, we should be able to pull. There we go, perfect. Okay, so here is the big boy. So now the hope of truth. How will all these branches come off? Let's gently pop them off. Okay. Okay, that one's a little feisty. Okay, so there's something. Oh, okay, I got it really nice, gently. There's still a little thing. So we get the other one off. Ready? Okay, let me just take a peek on my end. Okay. So, oh, there we go, that worked. Okay. So, as you can tell, the lighting's not the best. Hold on. So if you can tell, it's a little off and you look underneath, it's a little rough. Sadly, I don't have the best cameras at the moment, so I can't give you really nice contrast. Like that. There you go. So you can see it's a little rough, but that looks awesome. So this is with the bronze PLA that I ran. You can actually see with something like the tail, you can actually see the texture pattern. It looks really cool. I did have some issues running with this filament. As you can tell by the tail, there's an excess fill there. Not really bad string anywhere. You do notice on the base, the front's actually not, you can see it actually. You can see it's really not the happiest. I'm trying to figure out how I can get you guys a really good angle. Yeah, you can see it's kind of warpy and got like islands, or mountains, sorry. So this filament has been a struggle. I hoping it would be easy, like like the Prusa, Rep Wrap, filament, Bambu have been pretty plug and play. This filament has been a struggle because like my first one, it turned into Swiss cheese when I did a small print. And well, there's all these little mini guys that I have now built to try to make sure I get this filament proper. And let me, let me transition back. And I'll hold them. There, my baby. And so I did a lot of little things to try to figure out what was wrong. So, you know, I did, whereas I instantly had it, I instantly ran it through the dehumidifier. I still got the Swiss cheese stuff, and I still kept having weirdness with it. So I ran it again, but what I did after, because maybe there's something with the bronze mixture stuff with that. Maybe it doesn't work best with the dehumidifier. Maybe the metal stuff, you know, chemistry, physics stuff. So after I ran it for hours, I shoved it right into one of my containers with a dehumidifier pack and a thing, so I saw it was sitting at 10%. And I did a little bit of testing, but I was going to run out of filament. So I was worried about running out of filament for this big print, so I just had to run it with what we had. And really, I love it. Look at this guy. Look at him. He can sit on my shoulder. And yeah, as you can tell, it's been stringed up. As this filament absolutely refused, no matter what I did, to run on that printer. For some reason, with the standardized feeding track system of a Bambu printer, it would just break. It just wanted to snap. I did the dehumidifier stuff. No, it did not want to work with me. So when you do a standard tensile strength with like Bambu, Prusa, Rep Wrap, you can bend it, but the second you hit that tensile strength, it just deforms into your thing, and you know, it will not, in that part of the print, if it hits your extruder, you know, might have some weirdness because now it's not at proper specs, blah blah blah. This stuff, right as you hit that tensile strength, it just snapped. So that it was just snapping in the feed line randomly, and there's just too much friction for it to grind. So what I did instead is I shoved it right on top of my shelf and ran it directly feeded into the extruder head, and then I had a little Capricorn from doing one of the upgrades to the Prusa that I just ran into the extruder to help it pin. And then you can kind of tell by the orange thing, my hands are so hard to find this thing, you can tell by the little orange guy there, I made a spring rubber band holder to try to help the power cable not fall, because it was trying to fall into the print and I didn't want it to get damaged, because that's way more work than what I had right now. And so past all that, yeah, I'm happy though. Look at this. It's so cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but you know, it looks awesome. You look at the maple leaf, it looks so cool. Here, let me transition back to the camera. Right, you look at that, like you look at the maple leaf, it came out really nice. Some of my worries was the tail. The tail here is pretty flat, and on all the mini ones, well, that's a bad example. Okay, most of these are really bad examples, but it likes to kind of crumble in because it's too flat and it didn't have a great layering on it. For this guy though, it worked perfectly. And now I have a mini mascot for the desk. So yeah, I'm happy. One thing I was gonna try before we get to the end of this video, but yeah, let's try a quick wet sand. We're gonna dabble some water on here. We're just gonna kind of get some wet water on it. And then I got some 800 grit right here. Now, sadly, I didn't have any really nice clean one. I'm gonna cut it. Actually, I'm gonna break it in half. I should have grabbed some scissors while I was waiting for this friend to finish. That was on me. But we'll just make a little piece, just because it was a little dirty on the other one. This one's a little, but it's not bad. Like, it's not a color. I'm gonna also dip it. And let's just see. With 800, does it have a little bit of a different sheen? Okay, let's just do that, and then, oh, my little sign. There we go. And let's just see, did it do a nice sheen pop on it, or not really? It's, huh? I'm just gonna look in the light. Didn't really change much. Yeah, the bill plate's really rough. Sadly, the bill plate looks really bad. Okay, let's try a different part. Let's try this hip. Let's do a little bit on the top of the hip. So we're gonna dabble this in the water. And let's see, can we kinda... I guess it's not the hip, the knee, sorry. Sorry, I know beaver anatomy. You can't tell me what to do. Let's see. Smoother. I don't know if it was enough. Trying to see if I can get the camera to be happy. So it's a lot smoother now on the top. Camera? You want to focus, camera? I don't think the camera wants to focus. Let's see. And this leg. You can tell, you can see the roughness. So you can kind of see it's very rough, but you don't see the smoothness. Okay, so you don't really see that much. I think the only last bit is, let's see if we can clean up this tail. And if I just use my thumb real quick. Oh yeah. So we're just doing that. We already got it to there. Kind of sucks. I should have probably redone the seam line for here, because all the other seam lines are gone. They're not even seen. Only that one's a struggle. So this one here is probably where I really should do the wet sand idea. So if we go right there, that'd be perfect camera. Let's see. If we go kind of just follow the tail up. Or just that little rough. I might have to do a bit more. But if you look, yeah, it's not bad now. So if you look like that, it's not very noticeable. But yeah, I'm really happy. Besides probably just little tweaks like that, he's pretty good. And he can also hold the sign. There we go. Perfect. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. You are all amazing. And I will see you all next time. Adios.